12.
Let's get this show going, man.
Welcome to the Bleeding Burgundy Podcast, a Washington Commanders podcast for fans, by fans, with your hosts, Jessy Martin.
Because 90% of them are wrong. They're fucking wrong.
Max Taman.
You've got a plate of shit and you've got a bowl of shit. They're the same thing.
Scott Hartley.
Yeah, thanks for having me on. Yeah.
John Taman.
What the hell was I talking about?
I just don't get it. I don't get it.
And now, the world's worst podcast host, John Taman.
Hey, that is me. I am the world's worst podcast host, watching the world's best football team, and I'm going to go ahead and just turn it over to Miss Happy here and let her do her thing. Because it is Victory Monday, so Miss Happy gets to dance out here on our stage. I got to get her a poll. I don't know what you think about that.
Do you?
Yeah, I think I should. I got to get her a poll. I mean, I am here all by myself this week. So.
Surely, John, this is giving Max nightmares because it reminds him of car dealerships in the DMV area.
Drive with him through any area.
Sorry, it got into my pill bottle, and now it's stuck. There we go. We beat the Cardinals, going down to the desert and say fuck you to Kyler Murray. We beat the Cardinals, beat their ass.
Points.
One of these days, I'm going to actually get to a point where I write a song for this stupid song, and go ahead and sing it to you every time. So there we go. That's the Happy song, and Mr. Happy has been having himself some fun there. I hope everybody's had some fun. Mr. Happy is now actually getting fan mail, which I think is rather interesting. Of course, I think they might be writing to something else. But anyway, over here is my good friend from southeastern Virginia, Jessy Martin. How you feeling today, bud?
Oh, absolutely fantastic. I got a little tummy ache, but I had a cupcake and it didn't agree with me. But other than that, it was a fantastic day.
Was it a fucking Hostess cupcake?
No, some fucking shit somebody brought in, and I probably shouldn't have ate it, but I was starving.
They probably fucking put an X-Lax in it and said, watch, we'll get this one over to Jessy. And, remember how he treated, Ralph a couple of weeks ago when he fired that guy? Right? We'll fix his ass. All right, down here to the bottom right of the screen is our good friend from Barrow and Furnace, UK, Scott Hartley. How you doing, Scott?
I'm great, mate. It's a glorious evening, and a bit of a spring in my step going to work this morning. So
It is a glorious evening.
Yeah,
A spring in your step going to work this morning. I would love to have seen that.
why are we?
Of course, a lot of snow in England at this time of year. I'll tell you what. Sorry, Deuce. I love your hat, man. And if you want a hat like this, go over to see Deuce at the Red Zone in the Red Zone Lab, whatever it's called. You know what it's called. Somebody say it for me because I don't remember. Deuce in the lab, Red Zone in the lab. There you go. Hey, anyway, cool hat, but it keeps bumping into the microphone. So I'll put it on later. Anyway, Max down at the below there.
Backwards.
Max the tissue.
Like
You know what I
Dan
look
Quinn.
like when I
Dan Quinn.
Dude, you know what I look like when I wear a hat backward? Look.
You look like Dan Quinn.
No, I don't. I look like some guy trying to be a 6-year-old kid. I might as well put it on sideways and stand around like that. But okay, I'll wear it on backwards like this so that people can see it on the back of my head. Max, how you doing? We got a new name for you.
You do?
Yes. What was it, Scott?
Mathematician, yeah.
Oh, that's the mathematician.
It's a mix between a mathematician and a statistician. You're both.
Well, no, he's not a mathematician by any stretch of the imagination. However,
You have to look at my math homework, yeah.
yes, that's true. Which, as you'll see later when we get to Jesse's charts segment, really, I shouldn't be looking at anybody's math homework. But, he definitely knows his statistics and everything like that. So, how's things going? I mean,
We didn't have any coverage flubs yesterday.
no coverage flubs whatsoever.
And that's a rarity. So that was a nice thing
really?
to see.
Really?
I mean, looking back, yes.
Looking back, everything's different.
Well, you're right, because the world was black and white yesterday. But,
That's true.
For the record, I'm colorblind, so I see in black and white, basically.
I don't know what the hell's going on. That's right, you're colorblind, so everything's black and white to you. Oh, did you get some contact lenses, let you see, or something like that? Because otherwise,
No, I have these weird glasses, though.
Oh, okay.
How you guys doing?
Oh, dude, straight out of 1974. Look at him.
Here's the
Looks a bit like
podcast
Bono.
cereal. All right, my name's Jeffrey Dahmer. How we doing today?
All right, well, Max and those glasses can definitely...
Get down with the get down.
Absolutely. All right, so, hey, man, big game yesterday, right?
Massive game.
Massive, huge game. We're just so excited over here. Jesse can barely contain himself. So...
No, great game.
Go ahead. Yeah, let's get our initial thoughts on the game right there. Let's go ahead with your first impressions, Jesse Martin.
It was as close to a complete game that we've seen in a long, long time from this team. Put it to you that way.
Yeah, I'd say that. I'd say it was definitely a well put together complete game. How about you, Scott? First impressions of the game?
Just brilliant. I mean, from start to finish, brilliant. Absolutely brilliant. I don't know. Just the calmness of just being on 3rd and 7 and going, yeah, Jaden's got this.
Yeah, we got it.
It was just like, it's okay. It's not a problem. And you just think, hang on a minute, where have you been? It's like, you've changed my life, Jaden Daniels. I like Max was saying yesterday, I've never ever seen a quarterback properly, now we have one. I really do think we have one.
I have some audio to go with this video.
Jesse's Castle wins was the over in the LA.
So I'll just lay that I'll just lay that over.
It.
There we go. So now we
Scott
got
was
something
just watching
new
the
for next
highlights last night, having a ball.
That was me. Scott's
responsible.
No
for the
blue chew. No blue chew needed in this household last night. That is for sure. Went to work. We'll lend him a pencil. Don't you worry.
Scott is responsible for the Jaden Daniels channel over on Pornhub last week. So, and Max, you're not supposed.
What was
to
it?
be
What was
watching
it?
that.
What was it titled? Quarterback goes in and fucks the Cardinals. Yeah, that'll be the one.
Fuck the birdie. That's right. All right. So, I would like to say, Max, your first impressions of the game, please.
It was great.
That's all you got. You've been waiting to get to this, and that's what you come up with.
You're right. I mean, thank you, Jesse. Every single step of the game was great. The only thing that we had happen was 2 touchdowns, and that was it. I'm fine with that because we put up 42 points.
Well, we punted.
We punted and we threw a pick. 2 possessions we didn't score.
Right.
Which, in the contrast to the last 2 weeks is terrible. But
it's awful. Fire everybody.
As Jesse would say, I'm done.
That's right. I'm done. That's pretty much how the Commanders have looked at this. They say, this guy Jesse Martin tunes out as soon as we punt, so we better not punt for a few weeks. Let's see if we can get him involved. All right, I'll tell you what. I'm with you, Jesse. I thought it was a complete game. I thought, as Bill Belichick as it sounds, all 3 phases were cracking. Offense, obviously, we know what happened. Everybody's been gushing about Jaden Daniels all day on every freaking phase of the media that there is. But the defense stepped up. Special teams, man, they're just fucking cracking heads. I love that shit.
The special teams flying around, man. I mean, flying around. The punting and kick coverage is absolutely amazing. Mm-hmm. I mean, there's nothing really much more you could say about that. I mean, they hit hard and fast.
They do, and I'll tell you, we were talking about this yesterday. They're definitely pooching the ball up so that they can drop it down into that kickoff zone, down inside the 5 or inside the 10, and force these returns because they're stopping them before the 25 for the most part. Punt coverage went down there. Who made that hit yesterday?
Jeremy Chin, wasn't it?
Jeremy Chin. Yeah, he laid somebody out on punt coverage, so that's good. I've seen enough punt coverage for the next couple of weeks. Let's not punt against the Browns. I'd rather not. All right, let's see here. Where are we going to go with this? Let's see what Coach Simple has to say. Coach Simple, of course, exclusive to the Bleeding Burgundy podcast if he signs the contract that we're not going to send him. So here we go.
Where? I know. I'm going to just say this. Where the defense actually played some goddamn ball. It's great to see Frankie Lovo. Damn it. It just... I'm speechless at this point. I feel numb. I can't. We doing it. We doing it, man. I feel real good. I really feel good. Y'all boys came to fucking play. Y'all came to play.
That
He
little
feels
move he
numb.
did.
I hope he's not having a stroke because I'll tell you what, that was.
That was me on Terry's touchdown.
Oh, dude, I'll tell you what. I'm going to say it again. Coach Simple speaks for all of us, at least over here on this podcast, because I feel the same way he does. I just don't have the energy to jump up and do that anymore. So thank you very much, Coach Simple, man. That was a great video. I love that kind of shit. I like this, too. We'll have to use that some other time, but I thought that. He was speechless. All right, so, okay, might as well start with the offense, and let's start with you, Max. Tell me something about the offense that you would like to get off your chest.
Is our offensive line top 5?
Yes.
And, I mean, it's not even a stretch to say it anymore. This offensive line, we need to see how hurt Nick Allegretti is. Performed amazingly for 4 straight weeks. And, I mean, the one that was being heralded as the best was the Jets, got annihilated yesterday.
Yeah, they did.
And everything this team did, I can't get over the fact of saying it's a complete win. Every single thing we did better than almost every single team in the league yesterday.
Yeah. Dude, it's not far off to say that we are among the best teams in the NFL right now. And when you say right now, people go, oh, well, they haven't played anybody. I don't give a fuck. It's week 4. And guess what? We're 3-1.
Yeah, look at the numbers, look at the stats, and you had to go off the offensive line. I just talked about this on the bunker, and of course, Scouse was giving shit, but even Wiley, okay,
Right,
and we're gonna say this. So I'm gonna put this out there right now.
Great block.
Scouse put it in the. We have receipts, Scouse. We know that Wiley jersey's in the mail.
it's
Coming
coming.
to you.
That's right.
You're a closet Wileyer.
That's right. Amazon said, do we even have one of those? Hurry up. make one.
The worst offensive lineman was freaking Sam Cosmi. But
Yeah.
he wasn't bad. But the whole offensive line is playing. And I'm trying to tell you guys this, but no one listens to me anyways. Doesn't matter. The offensive line is better than what we thought it was going to be, what we made it out to be. A lot of it has to do with Jaden Daniels himself, the quarterback play, and also the play calling. You can't expect an offensive line to hold up for fucking 27 seconds,
No. And
you know
50
what I mean?
pass plays a game. Yeah.
So in the run blocking, these holes are being opened up. I mean, just gaping holes. I mean, they're fucking gaping. And they're
Would
playing
you say
great.
they are, or would you say they are Guatsy holes?
Guatsy holes?
Probably.
Do I want to know what that means?
Nah, you really
I
don't.
have no idea what that means either, Max, so we'll just sit here.
Yeah, I'll tell you what. In 1995, I got my first visit to the internet, and I thought I knew how depraved human beings were, and I had no fucking idea. Boy, I tell you, what a baptism. All right, so
Google it if you really want to know.
I don't.
I'm not doing that.
All right, well, you've seen it, I'm sure. You just didn't know it had a name. Anyway, the fact of the matter is that their run blocking is so technically sound. They're squaring up with these guys. They're not getting called for holds. They're not getting called for cutting anybody. They're not getting called for any kind of illegal shit or shift or any kind of fucking motion or. Well, the line can't go in motion, but you know what I'm saying. They're not getting false starts since week 2.
At least through the first 3 quarters of the game.
Hey, you're never going to play perfect. And I think that referee crew thinks they have a quota. I really do. That crew just says, okay, we got to throw something. Here we go. Well, that is illegal, and everybody
It
knew
is.
it.
Listen, I
Everybody
just
knew
talked
it.
about this too. Let's talk about that real quick. All right.
The
Any
bow
weaponry.
pull.
This is the Josh Norman rule, right?
Right.
Josh
Right.
Norman's he did that for so long. Every time he broke up a pass or got an interception, he did the bow and arrow. But then the year that he played with us, his good year that he played with us, there was some a lot of things going on with guns and stuff, and obviously in the U.S. And they
Right.
made it a rule: no more weapon celebrations. None.
Right, but I mean,
This
if you also
has
look at
been a rule
Zacchaeus,
forever.
Zacchaeus didn't do anything. He tossed the ball.
Zacchaeus
in the air.
flipped the ball at the guy. Yeah,
that was
petty.
petty.
That was
cheesy.
up in the air. Come on.
Now they also got Alan Lazard yesterday. I was watching the Packers and the Vikings. They got him
Yeah,
for doing this.
Yeah.
He did the little 2-finger pistols, and it wasn't even big. He didn't stand up and glock at anybody. He just kind of just did this.
Yeah.
But the NFL has said it before. They do not want to be associated with these gangs that use bows and arrows, and it's just something
That's why
that
we
they
had to
don't.
change our name, right?
That's right. And so there you go. Max making a nice racist joke there. But that's all
what
right.
you're talking about.
No, me either. Anyway, look. Overall, I think they're very well disciplined. And getting back to the run block, and you're right, they are opening up massive holes, man. And when you see plays like Jaden Daniels' touchdown over to the right corner, watch Biotish on that play. He gets kind of knocked by this freaking safety, I think it is, that comes over at him, but he turns right into the dude and just walls him off. And you see that in so many of the all-22 views when you're looking at the line of scrimmage that way. Scott, you got something to add to the offensive line?
Yeah, how good was Wiley in that touchdown as well for Jaden Daniels? That block was
awesome.
immense. It was immense.
Drove that fucker.
And one thing I did watch is I can't remember his name. Is it anyway? Young guy. He put out every Brandon Coleman snap.
Yeah.
Yesterday.
Mason Kinnan.
Mason, that's it.
Kinnan,
Yeah, that's him. Yeah.
Yeah.
Shout out to him. Watching back all of Brandon Coleman's snaps, he has some angry contacts. That guy is blocking his butt off, and I'm looking at that thinking, you know what? This is great. And we didn't see much rotation yesterday between him and Cornelius Lucas. That seemed to have stopped. So I don't know if they're trying to go with Brandon Coleman as the starter.
We did see some different looks. I saw
reps.
Trent Scott was in there on a touchdown. I think he was.
Yeah, I
in there
think
on
he
Nick
was
Nichols'
just in.
touchdown.
He was just in as the tackle eligible again.
Yes.
Right. Yeah. Hey, look, dude's 1 for 1. You might as well go out there with him. You got to chase that guy around the field like he's Justin Jefferson. I'm not kidding.
I have snap counts up if you guys need them, by the way.
Yeah, man, go for it.
We'll get to the max statistics.
What's your
spot
Coleman
real
snap
quick.
counts?
But before we have that real quick, I do want to show you a quick video. We got this of Scouse when he was talking about
God.
Wiley earlier, because Scouse just loves Wiley. So
This guy's bell end.
I love how the sound syncs up perfectly to that.
The cameraman behind him makes it better.
Well, so does the fat girl up on the right.
She's
Scouse,
flashing with him.
Scouse just came into the chat, and
Oh, really?
I hope he realizes that was him right there.
Well, we'll show it to him in a minute. Yeah, that was what we got from Scouse. He thought that we couldn't see him in the post game because he had all his lights off, but we knew what the hell was going on over there. He was having himself an Andrew Wiley moment. All right, so sliding out just a little bit. I thought the blocks all around. Dude, this is the thing about this offense that I find to be so good. Not just the quarterback, not just the play calling, but the technical expertise that they are showing in doing what they're doing. The tight ends are blocking perfectly. Fucking, they're blocking perfectly.
Manhandling the motherfuckers, man. He is
They are.
manhandling this. Yeah.
And they're doing it in such a way that there's no way that a referee is reaching for a flag. They are just squaring up and knocking people down. The running backs, good grief, man, they're blocking their ass off. Both of them are blocking. So I'm thrilled with that kind of stuff.
The only blocking
ahead.
issues that I've seen are wide receivers on screenplays. They don't wall off the boundary corner or the inside corner, and that's the only issue I have with the blocking. Mind you, we call screens more than about any team in the league ever has.
Mm-hmm.
But when you're putting up 42 points, it's hard to find something to be upset about.
You're right. The ones to Terry, sometimes I wonder if they're just too quick in getting the ball over to him because there's no time for them to get over there. He's almost mismatched as soon as he gets the ball. There's nobody over there to help him. But some of those other screens Diami Brown had his name called yesterday. Ooh, he got a catch. But that was a nice little, what was that? Was that a tunnel screen or a bubble there? I couldn't.
It was a
remember
tunnel.
Okay. And that looked pretty good. So Scott is down there typing nice and loudly to everybody in the chat. So if you're over there on Twitter and you were thinking to yourself, I'd really like to speak to a small Englishman about the Commanders' big win yesterday, come on over to YouTube right now. Scott is our designated typer, and he will talk to you in the chat and make you feel welcome and probably offer you some tea and crumpets. All right, so the tight ends. I thought Zach Ertz had another great game. He doesn't have to be spectacular, right? Ben Sinnott, he did have a penalty called on him. Am I wrong?
He had a formation penalty, yes.
Yeah, he had a formation issue. Yeah.
See, he was trying to make a pyramid, but he didn't have the. Well, he was trying to do the church thing, but he didn't have the steeple.
What are you talking about?
It's a formation thing. You got to learn how to do this kind of shit.
Okay.
So
He's home by himself, everybody. Give him some credit.
whatever. I was thinking about Scouse. All right, so all right, so Scott, tell me, give me just an overall grade so far. First quarter grade, fourth game of the season, on just the offensive line.
On the offensive line,
Yes,
you've got
please.
to be a minimum of a B, I think. I wouldn't say an A. It is right up there, but I think you've got to be B. I think it's been right up there. I think blocking wise, we just talked about, they've been very good. They're not, as you said, committing procedural penalties. They look solid. They're keeping Jaden upright. Not a single sack yesterday. I can't even remember a pressure, from being honest. I don't think he took a sack yesterday. I don't think he took a sack at all.
He did not.
He did get pressured a couple times, but not often. Not often.
Yeah, but it's not. It looked like the pressure comes when he kind of almost bails out or he's trying to extend a play. Mm-hmm. And as you said before, you can't keep offensive linemen upright for 25 seconds. It's impossible. When they're running the ball or they're asking the offensive line to block, they're enjoying doing that. And that's what you want to see.
Yes. Yes, Deluxe, that's what I was attempting to do there.
You old
Yeah,
people.
I'll give. If you're a top 5 offensive line in the league, you deserve an A. I'll give him an A minus.
Okay.
And I don't even know why I'm giving an A minus. To be honest with you, I think the line's played excellent all year long.
They get an A. I mean, the only game they had bad was the first one, and now that they're,
And I don't even think it was
gelling,
that bad, actually.
It wasn't. It's just in comparison to the other three. You got to look at it in terms of what we can compare this team to in terms of bad O-line play. And they've only had 4 games. 3 of them have been really good. 1 of them was good. Mm-hmm. This is an A offensive line, top 5. And to your credit, Scott, the Cardinals had 1 registered QB hit yesterday.
There you go.
No sacks, 1 QB hit. Mind you, that doesn't include scrambles, but that is as close to getting your quarterback untouched as possible.
The pockets that
it's really
they're
difficult to
given,
do.
We have not seen that.
He's got a wall in front
they're
of him.
perfect wall pockets, man. I mean, it's beautiful. It's beautiful to see, and you're like, man, he's got time. He's got time. He's surveying the field, going through all 4 reads and coming back to a read. I mean, you can see Jaden scan and have the time to scan. No. All right, I'm going back to 1. He's covered. I'm running. Or something. And you've seen that throughout the year so far. It's been very good to see.
You've heard me say over the years as we've discussed quarterbacks, the things that I like to see in them. And with the young quarterbacks especially, footwork, I want to see good footwork. I want to see good mechanics over the top. I want to see them scan the field and learn how to find these guys. And you're right. While he's back there, not only you can see his head moving with the thing, but you watch his feet, man. They're not Peyton Manning crazy, but he's moving those hips with every one of those reads. He is technically. This is where I said it a couple minutes ago. This is where I'm so surprised with this team. Fundamentally, they are so fucking tight right now. They're so good, and you'll see him make several reads, at least 4, before he decides to go ahead and run. And when he runs, he's almost like laughing about it. He's like, you motherfuckers, you want to chase our receivers around? Fine, I'm going. I couldn't be happier. Go ahead, Max.
When you said sorry, Max. Go on, mate. You go.
Oh, I was going to say just something for you two up here is that I saw Jay Gruden this morning say this is the closest thing we've had to Randall Cunningham since Randall Cunningham. Because, he's not Vic. He's not anybody else. This is the ultimate playmaker.
Well,
and 4 games in, it's not that off.
He's a better passer than Cunningham, I think.
Cunningham was damn good, dude. He had a fucking gun.
And I mean, everything.
The thing is, you said it, John. Like he glides through the game. He literally glides through the game. It's like he's not even running. It looks like to me, I'm like, hang on a minute, is he actually going to do it? And then the speed like kicks on, and you're like, holy shit, he is gone. I mean, I watched Lamar Jackson in the highlights last night, and you can see Lamar Jackson's legs are going. Right. Whereas with Jaden, it just looks like he's just cruising across the top of the field without even thinking about it.
Yeah, I said it yesterday. He reminds me of watching Terrell Pryor at Ohio State. And that's about the best thing in terms of his running, because Terrell Pryor never looked like he was doing more than jogging. But you watch everybody else trying to catch up to him, and they can't, because he's just gliding through there with strides that are just eating up grass, man. And you're right. Jaden, when I said he kind of just laughs when it's time to run, because it doesn't look like he's really going to bust. But, dude, he finds that little sliver, and he's gone.
I don't think those two will recognize that.
Canada Mike is Randall Cunningham, the guy from Happy Days.
That's for our older fans right there. I don't think Scott or Max know anything about
right
Happy
over
Days.
here. That's the Fonz, right?
LaFonz was he was on Happy Days. So good for you on that. Yeah, it didn't.
That was a good one.
The reason why you don't know what it is because it really didn't last. I mean, it was a popular show then, but when you look at it in later, it doesn't hold up. So
I'll say this: I when it comes to the comparison to Randall Cunningham, I think Jaden's more accurate.
I like the comparison to the Happy Days, actually.
To build on that accuracy real quick, anytime we're watching Jaden play, it feels like in a blink of an eye, he's 9 for 9 for 80 yards. And it doesn't feel like we have that many balls on the ground, and you're not accustomed to it until you look at it and go, oh, we haven't dropped the pass yet.
No. Well, he's hitting the open guy.
He's got balls on the ground. They're his own balls on the ground because he's dragging them all up and down that motherfucker. Because
he is. And there's guys trying to hang on him. But I'll tell you, the thing is, when you see this, the guys that he's hitting are open. You know what I mean? And I'm not talking about like a tight coverage NFL open. I mean open. You know, there's nobody
he's
there.
Throwing some tight balls too.
He
that
is.
ball to Luke. Oh my!
Oh, he's throwing some.
That was a no look.
That was amazing,
no look.
Dude. Not only was that no look,
probably the best ball I've seen in probably like 10 years in the whole entire NFL. It was crazy.
He had his foot. His hips were turned the wrong way for that throw. That was all torque and shoulder on that thing, man. That was amazing. Go ahead, Scott. You got something to say?
No, I was just looking at the stats there to see how many incompletions he actually had last night, and I couldn't get it out of the box score. So, but yeah, man, it's Jaden's just crazy. I love the fact that I wake up on a day like today and I go, right, we've absolutely boat raced the Cardinals. We took the piss, in that last quarter. You didn't like that, John, but I'm going to say it. We did. We are taking the piss out of the Arizona Cardinals, which is great. And it was a case of, even with Cliff Kingsbury doing this and him going back into where his old stomping grounds, we never let up yesterday. And this is the first time, I mean, Cincinnati was a shootout between both sides, but this is the first time I've seen us put it on a team and just go, we are not letting up here. We are going to keep this on your throat and run it and run it and run it some more. I mean, taking 2 points when you're 30, whatever it was up, to make it 30, to make it 33 up, to make it 35. Right. I mean, come on now. You can just kick the point and go, hey, that's okay, we'll kick the point. But no, we'll take the 2 and we'll give it to Zach Ertz, who used to play for you, just to take it, just to rub it in a little bit more. And then was it Zacchaeus who was wide open?
Yes.
And he ran for about 35 yards.
30 yards.
There was nobody over there. How did they
wow.
design that up? That one I would like to see on the all 22.
But as you were saying about the offensive line there, look at the way that is blocked all the way down that field. It is like one movement of people just going forward at exactly the same time. Almost looked like a rugby line, like a lined wall of defense, just going straight down the line. And I thought, no one's getting him here. And he just trots off for 30 yards. Thanks very much. I'll take that.
Right. Yeah,
Unbelievable.
The Cardinals' defense was all...
Exactly that.
That was that defensive coordinator.
He didn't know what to do.
Nothing.
Couldn't do a damn thing. All right, so Max, give us some snap counts. Go ahead and let's start. You can start off wherever you want. How we do on that?
I'll just start with defense because I have that up here. Javonte Jean-Baptiste, who's starting to get more snaps, was up to 17 yesterday.
I thought he's making a mess in there.
What's
I
the
like it.
percentage?
He plays big and violent.
That was 29%.
Okay.
I will jump to corners, where St. Just played 100%. We had 59 as 100%. San Ristil played the second most at 49. Emmanuel Forbes played 33, and then Noah Igbenogany played 28.
Okay.
So in terms of corner play, Forbes is now getting to the third spot. Where
Corners
we thought
played
he'd
well
be.
yesterday, guys.
They
Corners
did. They
played
did.
very well.
I think you said, Max, yesterday. You said that we sold out to stop the pass. You know, we gave up a bit on the run, but we bent but didn't break. And
frankly,
the corners did play very well yesterday.
You know, that touchdown to Harrison in the end zone, that was a perfect pass.
Yeah.
And you know, we were saying in the chat, you know, why didn't Noah put his arms up? He wasn't anywhere close to that ball.
No, that ball was 6 feet past him that way before he could even do anything about it. Yeah, and he looked up. I mean, he took Coach Simple's advice. He looked up. He just, what are you going to do? You try to catch an airplane? It's not going to work out.
And then on the offensive side, we had 4 players at 72, which is 100%. That's Jaden, Cosme, Biotic, and Wiley.
Okay.
Lucas and Coleman split 37-35 in favor of Lucas. And let me see, where's the other one? And
On
receivers.
Lucas, man, I mean, he's playing well too.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Give it up
he
for
is.
both the left tackles. They're both playing
Sure.
well.
Look, who would have ever thought you could spell him like this and you'd get this success? Right?
Yeah.
I mean, I think Coleman's our future, you know.
Sure.
But he's still got some stuff to learn, and I'm all for it. I mean, it's not holding us back at all.
It's not a position that you typically see any rotation. Guy is your starter, and that's that until he's down.
Any offensive line, there's really not usually a rotation. You know what I mean?
Right.
In terms of wide receiver play, just for the last one, Terry had the most at 51, which was 71% of the snaps. Noah Brown's at 48. We jumped down to Luke McCaffrey, who had 32, and then Zacchaeus and De'Ami Brown both played 18. And that's impressive for Zacchaeus because
that's what I was thinking, yeah.
He had 6 catches. He was our leading receiver yesterday.
Wow.
So on 18 snaps, he had 6 catches on 6 targets.
Okay. See, I was thinking Terry had about 6. What did he have?
Terry had 7 catches, but only for 50 yards.
Okay.
Terry also had 10 targets.
Yeah, I thought they were really going after him quick in the game.
And I mean, Zacchaeus,
85 yards though for Zacchaeus yesterday yeah.
It was that one play, man, where he had a couple of good plays, except for the penalty that dropped him back 15 yards. But I tell you what you said earlier, who said it earlier? It was Scott, you said it. 3rd and 7, who cares? When we got that 15-yard penalty, that's how I felt. I was like, who cares?
But the thing about it is we're rarely in 3rd or 5 or worse. It's always 3rd and 2,
Right.
3rd and 4. You know, our 1st and 2nd downs are setting us up for the easy 3rd downs. But hell, when it's been 3rd and long, guess what? We've punted 3 times when it's been 3rd and long. We punted once yesterday.
4 all season. 4 all season we've punted.
4 all
once
season.
yesterday.
But listen, we also had a 3rd and long yesterday. Guess what? It was nothing. It was like it was nothing. We always were like, we never ever converted the 3rd and longs. Ever.
Yeah, we were third and 11, Jesse, on that Luke McCaffrey throw, and easy pickup.
Yeah, there's a nice angle of that from the end
I mean,
zone.
to be honest, though, that was a hell of a catch from McCaffrey. I've got not just the ball. The ball was placed right in front of McCaffrey, and he had to stretch out to get that. But that was a ball.
Excellent slot receiver for us for many years.
I agree with you
I
completely.
Really believe that.
How many? Oh shit! I forgot what the hell question I was going to ask. 'Cause that's how it goes with me sometimes when you all talk 5 seconds longer than I can think. Oh, that's what I wanted to know.
You beat
how
me
many
to
different receivers? How many different receivers did Jaden hit?
Receivers or just guys in total?
Just guys in total. How many guys caught a pass?
3, 4, 5,
9.
6, 7, 8, 9. Yeah, I got 9. Yeah.
I mean,
Are you on ESPN? Are you, Max?
Yes.
Yeah, I'm on the box score too.
that is trusting your offense, man. That's
100%.
That's trusting your people, man. So
John Bates had a good catch as well on the sideline. I mean, it's just, this is the thing. Like we said it, I think it was you actually, John, who said it on the warm up show. This whole off-season, who's going to be wide receiver 2? Oh, my God, I don't know. I don't think it even matters.
Nope.
I think it's just by committee. It's just who we think is going to be this week. It
Who's
seemed
open?
like they were edging towards Noah Brown.
Right.
But now, and the snap counts would suggest that too. But when you look at the stat box, it was Zacchaeus yesterday. And then
Who's
you go,
open?
well, hang on a minute.
If we're being real honest,
We
I
should
don't
always
think
be
there's
real.
necessarily a fucking wide receiver 1. Because the ball's
Maybe
being
not.
spread out everywhere. You know what I mean?
Right. It's who's
I
open.
mean, look at
And
the just look at the targets. I mean, yeah, Terry may have gotten more targets, but he certainly
That's
isn't
just
getting the
yesterday.
most yards.
So if you look at by the season through the first 4 weeks, Terry in terms of targets has the most at 28. The next receiver that has the most is Zacchaeus at 12.
Boy, it doesn't even seem like he's even been involved all that much up until yesterday.
Well, think of it with Terry too. Half of those are
getting
probably
those-
screen passes.
Yeah.
I was just
So
gonna say
his
that. Yeah.
catches have been, a yard or two behind the line of scrimmage.
That's all right. Like I said earlier on, some things can only be learned by playing. This is a team that has not played together until week 1. That's the first time they all really stepped out on the field together. And it's also the first time that the coaches figured out that, okay, how are we going to play these guys? How are we going to do this? And as it's come along, man, they are really picking it up. And I got to say, I'm going to start the whole segment off here. All right, I'm just going to go ahead and start the whole segment off with some, where's my sound effect? God damn it. There goes my segue.
Attaboy. Head smash.
And I'm going to butt pat the entire coaching staff. Sure. This team has bought in 100%. They believe in each other. They believe in what they're doing. They're believing in what the coaches are teaching them. And it shows. Not only are they executing well, but they like it. They're having a great time. They're having a ball with each other. So, dude, this coaching staff is phenomenal right now. We even got a good game out of the defense yesterday, which we really didn't even talk about. So we should talk about the defense before we get into some butt pats and head smacks.
Well, now you jumped the gun.
I did.
You're bitching about Max jumping the gun, and here you are jumping the gun.
Premature showed all over the place.
I did. I showed everywhere.
The defense. I mean, I guess they listened to the podcast when I
They do.
basically said
Joe Wood-
they couldn't.
It was that voice note to John Allen, Jesse, that did it, wasn't it? That's what you.
Yeah,
It was.
You can't shed a block if it was a wet paper bag, you motherfucker.
Tell you what, you can't call him a loafer yesterday.
No,
he was
he
about-
We
he
we
was
saw him hustling yesterday.
Big
look,
time.
Wagner played one hell of a game yesterday as well.
My
Luvu
X
was
factor.
was freaking everywhere like a freaking missile. I mean, shout out to Forbes. He played well too.
Yeah, fantastic.
I mean,
yeah.
you can't deny that they've looked better the past. Even in the Bengals game, you saw them play better. You saw them make stops. It's. I think Quinn said it the other day. He believes that they're close. Just hanging on a little bit more. He was telling this coaching staff, "You guys are really close. You're closer than you think."
Yeah.
And it kind of showed up. What is still a little bit concerning is the run defense. We can get into that later because we're still. What was it like 6 yards per carry yesterday? Something like
It
that.
had to have been better.
5.7.
5.7. Yeah, it was close to 6. That's still concerning, but we're going to take the wins where we can get them, and I think we contained Murray. I thought they had a solid game plan. We didn't let Murray go out and run around. Murray
sacks.
Murray didn't even have any rushing yards, did he?
He had one rush for 3 yards.
Yeah, he scrambled around a bit, but didn't get much out of it.
4
But you know
sacks.
what's good,
Dorrance
Jess?
Armstrong. I mean, good gracious!
Unbelievable.
About time he came out of his shell.
Yeah,
You know what was good yesterday, Jesse, just to look at this, and you other guys, was just, they looked lost.
And y'all fuckers.
You other guys.
Sorry,
See ya. Max and John. You other guys. I'm not interested. It's Jesse's show. It's Jesse's show.
And he
Come on.
found himself in a gay bar.
No, I didn't. No,
No?
there is. Yeah.
Yeah, that's me.
Scott was in there doing what Dan Quinn was doing yesterday.
It was indeed. That was.
I saw the best thing for that when I saw a meme. That's me whenever In the Air Tonight by Phil Collins comes on the radio. Just
I hate to stop here, Scott, but now we've gotten that. I was watching some college game. I think it was Michigan State. Some girl in the crowd. The things coming zooming down on her. She's going.
Oh my god!
Jesus fucking Christ, girl. Anyway, go ahead, Scott.
No, I was just saying that Kyler Murray, because we contained him so well yesterday. Yeah, we didn't contain Connor. That was a fact, and that's, as you said, Max. To your point in the pre-game show was, we're going to probably give up the run to make sure we prevent in the pass game. Sandra still absolutely locked down Marvin Harrison yesterday. Apart from obviously that first touchdown, out of that, he was quiet. And I felt like it got to the middle of the second quarter and Kyler Murray just didn't know what to do. He just looked lost. And I thought, what is actually happening here? You know, like you were seeing the camera angles going back to the bench. You're just sitting there going, I don't have a fucking clue what to do here.
It's because they cut the grass too high. You know, he can't fucking maneuver.
Fried shrimp.
Fried shrimp.
he had that look. He had the 1,000-yard stare.
He
didn't he? It wasn't just me that picked that up then at all. He just sat there on the bench going, well, I don't know.
I mean, I've always said that Kyler Murray is just a toddler. And
he does look like
for a second I thought you said just a top. Oh my god,
toddler. Jesse, get your brain out of the
gutter.
Come on, man. Golly. He's too small to be one of those. But
he's a toddler.
He's a toddler that runs around when he's got something he's not supposed to have. And, I mean, we didn't let him run. And that's the big thing.
No.
We collapsed the pocket on him, and he couldn't do what he wanted to. And when it comes to defense, it wouldn't surprise me if we give up a lot of rushing yards, but then don't give up a lot of points in the red zone.
Well, I hate to scare you, but we have Derrick Henry in 2 weeks.
Yeah.
Let's not talk about that yet.
Can we also
running down 295?
We got Jerome Ford and Nick Chubb could be right around the corner. He could be
Chubb
playing.
might be back. Yep.
But you know,
the 21-day window is.
Speaking of which, how are we not on Sunday Night Football yet for that game?
No, we're not. It's CBS apparently got it covered, haven't they?
Yeah, they get a first right of refusal, I think.
Do they really?
Yeah, CBS and Fox has a little way that they can block a game and say no, we're keeping that one.
I mean, that's for that week, that schedule. That's the best game.
Thank you, Lord. I mean, I do not want any more late games.
Yeah. Oh, Scott, get over it.
I agree with you. I like
get over
football
it.
at 1 o'clock on Sunday.
Hey,
I gotta save my time in case we got a playoff game coming.
Hey, you two government workers. That's the day after that game's a federal holiday.
It's not for me.
Yeah, well, no one cares about your bank holidays.
What is it?
Come on, man.
Don't be such
Country's not even 300 years old, dick.
It's the day before Columbus Day.
Holidays.
You're welcome.
Columbus Day? I don't think we don't get Columbus Day off.
It's a federal one. I thought you were.
Actually, I do.
They don't count that as a holiday no more. They haven't in a long time.
Feds do.
I like it as well. I like 1 o'clock.
I get that
1
day
o'clock
off.
games are good. 1 o'clock games are good for me. What time would they flex that to? The same time as the Bengals game, like 8:15 time.
It would be an 8:15 start. Yeah.
8:15.
Oh yeah, that's 1 o'clock in the morning, dude. That's rough.
Yeah. Oh well, and then that's in the post game we can listen to you get yelled at. Look
during the game.
So I was really impressed with the defense. I was really impressed with the defensive line, and even though they got gashed in the run, look, dude, Connor was running through some serious freaking gaps. They were so big, they looked like they had been paved. They were so big that they were, and I think Max
like a
was
pavement, John.
Well, no, more like a road, like an 8-lane highway. So I don't care if you want to call a sidewalk a pavement. I'm not all bent out of shape about it. It doesn't bother me at all.
It's not a pavement.
No, around here it's a dirt path. I don't have sidewalks around here. But look, a lot of times I saw Connor would run past a guy that was free for pass rush, which I'm either thinking they might have let him get through free for a pass rush, or they were definitely rushing harder yesterday to try to get to Kyler Murray. I didn't see many missed tackles in the backfield like we saw a week ago, so that's good. Dorrance Armstrong got his name called 2 times more than he has all season. We were just calling him out Friday, weren't we?
Mm-hmm. We were, yeah. We were indeed, yeah.
As a matter
And
of
then
fact,
John Allen stepped up.
We called a lot
Payne
of
stepped
we called
up.
John
Friday.
Allen. Yeah, John
I think
Allen called me up.
They must have watched the podcast. I didn't listen to it.
They must have done. They must have
That's
done.
what I said. I was like, hey, John Allen, I'm sorry you're calling me to
having
bitch
that
about
shit.
what we said on the podcast, but look, man, you got to pick your fat ass up and get moving. And it did. He did.
There you go.
All right, so I guess we can get to some butt pats and head slaps now, since I've already gone ahead and started the thing. So why don't we do that?
Attaboy. Head smash.
Scott, we'll start with you. Go ahead. Who's your first butt pat? Oh, let's start on the defense. Butt pat on defense.
On the defense, okay. I'm gonna go Jeremy Chin. I'll take the low hanging fruit.
He was a missile yesterday.
Attaboy.
Hell yeah, Jeremy Chin was making some rock solid sticks yesterday. Max, who you got?
He didn't get his name called a bunch, but I'm gonna go with Mikey Sanders still.
Attaboy.
If you can lock
Mikey?
up Emmett, yeah.
Okay,
That's what Dan Quinn calls him, Mikey.
Mikey. Okay.
If you can lock up Marvin Harrison Jr. to the point where we don't hear his name for 2 quarters, props to you.
Props to you, Jesse. What about you? Who's your butt pat on defense?
Yeah, I'm going to go Dorrance Armstrong. Thanks
Attaboy.
for showing up, buddy.
Yeah,
2
had a
sacks
good
on the
game.
day. Let's get
Fruits
many more.
down here for you, Jesse. You're welcome.
I'm going to give mine right away. I'm going to give mine to Jean Baptiste.
Attaboy.
I don't think he showed up much in the stat sheet, but that dude was showing up along the defensive line, man.
We got to keep going round again.
I'm not. Yo, dude, this is a 42-point win. Are you kidding me? We are going around a couple of times, I'm sure. But yeah, Jean Baptiste, I thought, kept standing out to me. He's as big as a bear, man, and I love watching him throw that shit around. All right, so we'll come back to you, Scott. Go ahead.
Yeah, I'm going to go with John Allen. He did step up yesterday. He was good. So, yep, fair play to him.
All right, I'm sure he'll be happy to hear that when he calls later. Jesse, we'll go with you.
I'm going to go Louisville. Motherfucker's an animal. Freaking animal.
He hits
My
like
next jersey.
He does. He comes flying in there, man. I love watching him play. Max, what about you?
I'm going to just give it to Bobby Wagner. I called him out last week. He looked old, and yesterday he turned the page. He turned the page back a few years. He looked like a younger, more agile linebacker.
I think it's obvious that Dan Quinn listens to this podcast because all the people that we're calling out that needed to play better certainly did, and I'm glad to say that. I'm going to go ahead and give mine to one Jesse called out on Friday, and that is Emmanuel Forbes. Dude did play well yesterday, man. He had that an excellent pass break up down the sidelines where it looked like they could have been starting to try to get back at us. And even though he was, held down by that finger splint that tripled his weight, I thought he played a good game.
Another thing about Emmanuel Forbes.
There you go.
Is he is really sticking his helmet in the things, man.
He always has.
Flying around, and yeah, sometimes he gets swatted like a fly, but he's going after it and he's putting his body on the line, and it's good to see.
Yeah, he does. We've never had any worries about his courage, that's for sure. All right, who's got another one? Anybody got another one on defense?
Daron Payne.
We're almost getting everybody here. Who?
Well, we have to.
I'll
We have
go
to.
Joe
really.
Witt. I'll
Joe
go
Witt?
Joe Witt.
Yeah.
Solid,
Joe Witt gets
solid
one.
Hey, we
go-
got a turnover
Attaboy.
yesterday.
Yeah.
So the whole defense, we got a fucking turnover. We forced punts. We forced 3 punts in a row.
Yeah. We had 2 3 and outs in a row.
2 3 and outs.
Attaboy.
So
And
time on the defense.
after the 3 punts in a row, we got a 4th down stoppage as well.
Attaboy.
Yeah.
that's right.
Yeah.
That's right. That's
From a
what
sack
happens
from Armstrong, which was awesome.
when
So,
Scott
but
comes
yeah,
over here to
Witt-
the United States. He has a fourth quarter stop.
I'm not having a poo.
It takes that long to get out, yeah.
All righty. So, okay, well, let's real quick then. Since so many people are doing so well over there, are we just going to give the whole special teams a butt pat, or you got anybody in specific?
Sure.
The whole
Attaboy.
Larry Izzo as well gets one.
Yeah, Larry Izzo's been kicking ass. That dude's a freaking missile
He's
himself. He is. Man.
He is a maniac.
great gunner.
I love that guy. I can tell you this: long ago, right? Like when Max was a small kid, and I used to hang out in NFL
Not that long ago.
chat rooms. Larry Izzo came in one of those things one time right after he retired, and he was in there fucking chatting with us. And it's like, you're not Larry Izzo. Of course, all the idiots wanted to make that, but dude, yeah, he is. That's Larry Izzo. He was talking to us about shit, and that was kind of neat. But yeah, he is a maniac, and they're playing like it. I've always said players reflect their coaches, and look at us.
Yeah.
We're disciplined and hitting hard.
They're hitting hard.
We've got to give the specialists, all 3 of them as well, a butt pat. Mr. Perfect, as Scouse is calling him. Yeah, not Kurt Hennig, the the original Mr. Perfect, but yeah, he's looking good. Austin Cyborg, he's looking well good.
Cyborg's looking great.
Shout out.
Hey, go ahead. Sorry, go ahead, Jesse.
I was say shout out to Tress Way for not looking rusty.
I know.
A 50-yard boot off the bench.
Yeah.
Dude stayed in there. Oh, you know what? We got some other things to look at real quick, so let's move on to offense. And go ahead, Jesse. What's your first butt pat on offense? We'll just roll through this because we got some stuff for you.
Man, Brian Robinson Jr., animal. I mean, he's such a good running back. He's really developed into a really, really, really good running back, and he runs with violence. Got another 100-yard game and a touchdown.
Mm-hmm. All right. I'm not hitting the butt pat thing because I'm looking for something. Sorry.
Attaboy.
There you go.
Nice.
Nice job, Max. All right, so then go ahead and distribute it around as to whatever you want because I can't find what I'm looking for, and that's
Max,
aggravating.
go ahead.
Oh, I'm going to say Jeremy McNichols. That first touchdown run was a thing of beauty.
There you go.
Yeah, but what a weak, piss poor tackle at the end, though. I mean,
I don't care.
That's a dude that
and I
doesn't
don't
miss
care
tackles
either.
like that.
I don't care. He had the twinkle toes to get down the sideline into that end zone.
Yeah, Zacchaeus for me. Yeah, he was great yesterday. He was great.
Damn, why can't I
How
find
do
what I'm
you
looking
how do you scheme up
John?
to have a dump off 30 yards open?
Unreal, wasn't it? It was ridiculous.
I mean-
it was 29 yards, that run. 29. Yeah, so good.
It was 29 yards on the box score, but he caught that ball behind the line. There was no one.
Very
there.
true, actually. Yeah, very true. Yeah.
I'm going to take the lowest hanging fruit of all and go to Jaden Daniels. I mean, good grief. Jaden Daniels has completed 82.1% of his passes through the first 4 games with a minimum of 110, which was the highest 4-game figure of any player at any stage of a career since 1950. Highest completion percentage over a 4-game span in NFL history. Number 2, Peyton Manning threw for 81.8% over a 4-game span in 2008. Drew Brees in 2017 for 79.2. Tom Brady for 79.2 in 2007. Kurt Warner over a period of 2 seasons for 79%. That he's on top of that list. He's on top of that fucking list. 16 straight scoring drives. That's the most by any team in 30 fucking years. More scoring drives than incomplete passes. First player to complete at least 85% in consecutive games with a minimum of 20 attempts per game. But he threw 4 incompletions and an interception. So this dude's on a fucking short leash for me.
Yeah, yes, you can. Yes, you can give
some
a
time, right?
You can give a butt pat to the Bucks for destroying Philly. Yes, you can do that, mate.
So nice.
Oh,
to see.
absolutely. I'll tell you what. Let me show you something real quick because I'm trying to do a couple of different things here, and I'm not doing too well at them. But I will show you this video. We do have something going on from the rest of the division. This was the Eagles yesterday.
Yeah, 69, ready, hot.
I don't know who those people are, but that was the dumbest goddamn video I saw all day.
Yeah, 69, ready, hot.
My
Ball
God.
hit him.
I know.
The fact he's in a Giants helmet.
Well,
I mean-
I know, but the Giants
Right
played
over-
Thursday, so
Right over his left
I know.
shoulder is Daniel Jones' head, actually.
Fucking
I don't know who those
twinkle
two
toes.
guys are, but man, that was fucking awesome. I love that. All right, now anyway, go ahead and talk about the Eagles. I'm trying to find something, so go right ahead.
Are we still talking about the offense, or
Yeah, go ahead. Give some more butt pats on offense.
Just the whole offense needs to get it, doesn't it? Really,
The whole team, like,
It
it
was
was even need to
brilliant.
give a head clap to anybody because no one got one.
Look, this is Washington has the second best offense in terms of EPA per play in the first 4 weeks of a season since 1999. The only team better was the 2007 New England Patriots.
Which is the best offense of all time.
Yeah.
That's pretty damn good. They were the best offense of all time. All right, now that sounds cocky. That sounds cocky.
Real quick, if anyone listening wants to know what it's like to watch a game with Jesse, after any positive play, it's
Holy shit.
oh god. I sent a GIF yesterday of just my blood type is negative for Jesse.
I know, that was so funny. I mean, just honestly, what is going on in your mind? We are 33 points up, about to take a 2-point conversion, and you're on there going, we can still fuck this. We can still fuck this.
Come on,
There's
guys.
still time. There's still time. We need another score. We need another score.
All right.
This is my years
Deluxe.
of
This
damage
is for
team
this
has
is
done.
this is for Deluxe. We're doomed. We'll never make it. Everything's going to fall apart. We're never going to make it. Now, all of you, including Jesse, are too young for that one. That was an old cartoon with this fucking guy named Glum that was always running around. Nothing's gonna go right. We're always gonna fall apart.
I got one more butt pat, and that is for Cliff Kingsbury, because I loved the way that he left that stadium. When he was rolling out from the field, the cocky swagger that he had, like just a do. It just looked like, you know, all he needed was a hat and a cane and a pimp coat, and he would have been all
Is it
over
safe to
that.
say that Cliff Kingsbury is the best head coach in that entire franchise? And how
In the
bad
history
they
of
got-
that franchise,
Who else would
Cardinals?
you say? Who else would you say is better?
No.
Oh man, they go back a ways.
You're
They
right.
do go. They go back a ways.
yeah.
What was the guy?
They have
See,
some
John
Phoenix-
remembers them
they
when
had-
they're
I
in the
remember
NFC East.
Yeah, and dude, when Jim Hart was there,
I
they were a
remember that
team to be
too.
reckoned with. You know, they were a team to
Yeah.
be reckoned
Well,
with. I have to remember who the
They
coach
had
was.
they
back
had
then.
some
Larry-
when they were
what-
the Phoenix.
Was it Larry
Cardinals.
Coryell?
They were the Phoenix Cardinals, that's right, yeah.
When they were
Larry
and then
Coryell.
the St. Louis Cardinals as well.
were
They had
Chicago
some
Cardinals
pretty good
one.
teams
You
here and
know
there.
that Kingsbury led them to an 11-0 start, and then Kyler got hurt. The Cardinals have been the team in years past where they are hot off the start, and then their quarterback get his knee turned to spaghetti, and they can't do anything. It was the same with Palmer twice, with Bruce Arians there. Bruce Arians might be taking
Yeah,
the cake. actually.
Arians. I think Arians is at least in recent history. Arians was their best coach. I mean, they took.
Was
him
it
to
only
freaking-
Was it 2000 that they left the NFC East?
It was when the Texans joined the league, so 02.
Who was their coach? Was
02.
it Denny Green? Denny Green was their coach, and they went to a Super Bowl with.
That
Kurt
was
Warner.
let him off
that,
the hook.
that- no, that was what was his Wisenhunt?
Wisenhunt.
That was Ken Wisenhunt.
He was their coach, their head coach, or just their offensive coordinator.
He was their head coach because he came from Pittsburgh. That was a big deal for that game.
Yeah,
thought
he
he
came
was
from
a
Pitt.
failure.
Yeah, he was
Yeah,
there.
Don
for,
Coryell
what,
was their
3
coach.
years.
3 to 5.
Don Coryell. I have no idea who this guy is, but he sounds
right.
like an Italian mobster.
No, Don Coryell. See, here's the thing.
He's
Um,
the fucking boss, man.
everybody, he kind of is. Everybody laughs because they think I'm old, but hey, man, I know these kinds of things because the NFL is rich with history. Don Coryell is kind of like the father of modern offense. That dude was Air Coryell. You've ever heard?
Oh,
of
Ed Coryell, yeah, of course.
Coryell
That
was,
him.
was started in Arizona, but it took off in San Diego.
Right, yeah. But
All right.
he was a college coach prior to coming to Arizona, and he was an assistant coach prior to coming to Arizona. Well, it wasn't even Arizona; it was St. Louis Cardinals.
Scouse, I'm useless, mate. You know, no, I'm not heard of him. I know I've heard of Air Coryell, obviously, but I've not
right.
heard of.
That's who Don Coryell is.
We don't need
Anyway,
to show off our-
I would like to give.
Scouse has Googled him,
Right.
so he's heard of him. He's like, oh, you've never heard of him? Oh my goodness.
Dude,
I would-
Scouse has been listening to this since he was like 6. Shit. On
gonna give-
BFBS radio.
That's a butt pat for Scott right there because I didn't realize you went to the game yesterday and you did meet Kyler Murray, so that was kind of.
I did indeed, yeah. There's big Kyler himself, you know. It's not much taller
He's
than
grown.
me.
Well,
He's
you were
grown.
kneeling down there. I mean, Jesus Christ, Scott, you look like you went to that shop in Vegas. Things, I don't know where you can maybe check out Scouse's thumb there. So anyway, that was some fun. All right, so we've got a new segment that we don't have a name for yet, so we're just going to call it Jesse Sharts. All right, Jesse, tell us about this shark.
All right. Well, with this is our passing and rushing efficiency that all 32 teams in the NFL, and as you see, there are different coordinates. And Washington is pretty much, well, it's not even close, really. The best running and passing team in the history of the NFL, and everybody else can fuck off.
All right, so do me a favor, because I am a right-brained person, and these kinds of things I just don't get. What the fuck is EPA?
Expected points average.
Points per play.
Yeah, per play.
Okay. And we're looking at just under. So at the bottom there, I've got 0.8. So we're looking at just under 1, probably about 0.7.5. And over here, rush EPA.
Mm-hmm.
So tell me what that means. What am I looking at?
It's like we're almost at 1 point per. Like each play that we run almost equals a point.
Okay.
I think that's how I get it. Is that right, Max? Am I explaining that correctly?
I think so. It's
Yeah.
expected points added.
Yeah, okay.
So it measures how well a team performs compared to the expectation on a play-by-play basis.
Yeah.
So if the basis is the line that's running the crosshair, because you see that crosshair is a little bit off of
He's
0,
going to
0.
shoot the bear in the face.
So that is literally just saying that the Bears are the most mid team you could possibly imagine.
Mm-hmm. They're the most.
Dude, we're gonna have to stop these. We're gonna have to stop these charts because unless this involves my bonus, I am not interested, dude.
Scott, I thought you.
The hypotenuse of the bottom line.
All right, here's another chart.
No, I like that.
This one I can understand.
Yeah.
Yes.
This is again offenses performances expected points added per play. Washington is success rate you see on the left hand side, EPA on the bottom, and
so,
again we are even the Buffalo Bills. We're outperforming. We got the best offense in the league right now.
I'm curious to see how much last night hurt the Bills.
So Jesse, if we take that into consideration, we should absolutely batter the Browns. Look at that.
Yes, we should.
Well, the Browns don't. They haven't scored more than I think was it 16 points or 17 points in a game this year.
Wolf not looking good at all. He's not looking good.
Yeah.
I do like how the Raven is kind of hiding behind the Bengal there. I don't know what the hell he's doing up there. But that's clear in a way we're far off of that. Then thanks to Sam Birch for making us look so great on that one. All right, so here's another chart, Jesse's charts. This is how often the NFL offenses convert to a new series of downs. Yeah, and that one I can understand as well. We are way out in front in this one as well. You just don't stop this offense. You don't stop.
No, you don't.
You don't.
But the really interesting bit of that, then, if we're going to take stats as stats are there, is the conversion from second and third down, and even fourth down is ridiculous. 86.
Yeah. So
it's like, okay.
But that shows us like 38% of our first downs are gained on second down.
Yeah,
correct.
So
yeah,
38% of our first downs, we're not even getting to a third down, and then when we are, what's that? 25% of the time, it's like that's astounding.
Yeah. So I was listening to the Kime on Friday, and he had Colt McCoy on. He was talking about playing for Cliff Kingsbury and how Kingsbury is all about let's just if it's second down and 10, let's just get to third and 3. Don't try to take it all. Don't try to go get it all. Mm-hmm. Just if all you got in front of you is 5 yards, take the 5 yards, and it'll open up. And we've seen that again and again and again and again. And that I really took to heart. That was good to hear. All right, so here's another chart. NFL team tiers. All right, so
it's offensive tiers, man, and I think our defense they mesh our defense in with this. As you can see, the defense is up and down, and offense is right to left. And as you can see, our offense is above the Buffaloes, but our defense still leaves a lot to be desired.
Okay, see, in my mind, what I see in that chart is that the Bills are running out of the rain.
The Dolphins are trying to keep up, yeah.
Yeah, quarterback efficiency.
That's ridiculous.
Quarterback
That's ridiculous.
efficiency.
Yeah, let's look at quarterback efficiency. Here you go.
Jaden Daniels is the most efficient quarterback in the league.
Hey, Scott, is your wife around?
Yeah, no, she's in bed, mate. But yeah, that's a bad stat.
Oh yeah, Trevor Lawrence.
The long-haired prince does not
Can
look
we
good
just
on that stat.
laugh at Yam with the Anthony Richardson love yet?
Anthony Richardson. Anthony Richardson. You know what would be cool if Anthony Richardson could see the end of maybe 3 football games in a season.
So what's up with Mr. Mayo at the bottom there then?
Oh, Mr. Mayo.
He's just.
But we get to watch him tonight. We get to watch him in a little while. Oh boy!
I mean, They might win this game tonight. Like,
tell you what, Jesse's watching Will Levis.
Such an unfortunate camera angle.
Dude, I know, and that was on national television. That poor kid. I could leave the audio in there because even the announcer kind of goes, Oklahoma State with the ball. Okay, whatever. All right, so Jaden Daniels, I mean, you can't say enough about this guy. There's a nice 11-minute video, which I know in internet terms is goddamn forever, but it's out there on X right now. If you don't follow Rich Eisen, you should.
Oh, yeah, I just watched that before we went on, yeah.
Yeah, Rich Eisen is Mr. NFL as far as I'm concerned, and he's a fucking great human being as far as I'm concerned. So, and yeah, I was watching yesterday, and I know you don't like the pre-games, but I kind of, there's nothing else on. If I'm sitting here working on something, like I was working on the graphics for today's show, just having that on in the background to try to hear some stuff, maybe make some fantasy decisions, and man, he was all over the Commanders yesterday. He's the only one that picked us, and then today on his radio show, yeah, man, he went off about Jaden Daniels. Went off nicely. So I'd recommend you watch that.
Absolutely.
Let's see. What else do we have left? Do we have anything that we want to talk about that's left? How about this?
Now shut the fuck up. Shut up! Shut up! Sit the fuck down and shut up! Shut up and sit down. Will you shut up? Just sit your ass down here and shut up.
That's for all you people whose mouth opens up and says,
They haven't played anyone yet.
you sound like the biggest fool. You got one of them?
Yeah. I've got one other. No, I've got one other that we can go with. It's social media experts who say, "Oh, Kyler Murray's going to destroy this team." Whoa. I've watched Arizona Cardinal fans react to this game in tears, and it is brilliant.
That guy over there.
Anyway,
that guy.
no, he was fine. He was
We're
fine.
gonna get beat 41-33.
I call no bullshit. I did not.
Yes, you did.
You got no fucking proof.
Oh,
no proof.
this
Got
is the
no
internet.
proof.
Always proof.
I've got one thing for you, which
No doubts.
when I read this today, this came as a little bit of a shock. This was someone who, don't worry, Dad, this is one sentence by him. This is Colin Cowherd.
One sentence might take a half an hour.
Colin Cowherd, the record in the car with Dad listening to him was what, 144 seconds?
144 seconds. That's all I can take.
He said
Get him off of there.
during the game, he said the Washington Commanders being the greatest offense in modern football history by a long shot is a surprise to me, which tells me that, Colin Cowherd didn't see something that happened. What a shock.
He's just looking at numbers. And I mean, statistically speaking, you could probably...
He tweeted that at 4:50 p.m. He tweeted
Yesterday?
that in the first quarter of the game.
Maybe he likes tequila. I don't know.
But, I mean,
He's just trying to make good because he knows I won't listen to him. I'm going to show... Here, you want to hear my Colin Cowherd impression? Jaden Daniels is a great quarterback, which is not to say he's a bad quarterback, it's because he's a great quarterback. And I think that the great quarterback I'm talking about is Jaden Daniels. Jaden Daniels, as far as quarterbacks go, is great. When greatness comes along, it's usually named Jaden Daniels, especially if you're talking about quarterbacks. We'll be right back. That motherfucker will take the same sentence and wrap it around in different ways for 20 fucking minutes. Just listen to him. It's goddamn aggravating.
The herd.
The herd. Here on the herd. I will continue to make a 4-hour show out of 20 minutes worth of goddamn material.
Now, also
Before we go, I got one more thing.
All right.
Go on, Jesse.
All right, so you know how I was saying Washington's has the second best offense in terms of EPA through the first 4 weeks of the season since 1999. 2007 Patriots, is the only one.
Yeah.
All right, so the ones that are around them was Kansas City in 2018, Green Bay in 2020, and the LA Rams in 1999. So we're saying, this is a tweet from Josh Morris. So the Washington Commanders with Jaden Daniels, Zacchaeus, Noah Brown, Jeremy McNichols, and Terry McLaurin are equal to Brady, Moss Welker, Mahomes, Tyreek, Kelsey, Rodgers and Adams, and Kurt Warner, Bruce, Holt, Falk, and Hakeem. I mean,
Don't forget
you
Ricky
take
Pearl.
what we have and compared it to the weapons that all those other teams had. It's quite wild,
It really is. And that's why the first thing I said when I prematurely showed all over the butt pats, this coaching staff, man, they really have done one hell of a job with what they've got. And I'm going to quibble with you here. I do believe Rich Eisen is a Jets fan. But That's just
Yeah, can we one of a? I'm going to go back and have a butt pat. Can we? I know we did the.
Scott wants another butt pat. Go ahead, Scott. You.
I know we did the. I know we did the coaching staff as a whole, but the offensive line coach who came in from the Giants, who was
that
much
we all
maligned,
were scared of. Yes.
Yeah, he was much maligned, and everyone was like, "Oh shit!" And is it Johnson? Is that his name? No, I don't know.
It's just Scott is Johnson.
Scott and his Johnson. I'm happy with that. He's very good. Very good. He's done a very good job.
Jaden Daniels has only faced had 39 dropbacks week 4. 4 times was it longer than 3rd and 5.
Rooster Tails.
Kids and your Johnson. Saturday nights, distant lights. You, your girl, and your Johnson.
You and your Johnson, a way of life for over 50 years.
All right.
Getting man, he's getting
That was comedic timing to the best there, mate.
We can go to this.
Yeah, 69, ready, hot.
Exactly.
What the fuck is it? What the fuck is it? The ready hats. It's fun.
I don't know what he's doing. I don't know where. I just was scrolling down and I saw that. I was, holy shit, what is that? So, yeah, that was my fun video.
Yeah, 69, ready, hot.
I mean, he fucking drills him with that ball. Could you imagine if he didn't hit him in the helmet? Good grief. That's pretty good. All right, so we're gonna go ahead and say Mr. Happy he's gonna get us out of here
with the 3rd highest scoring offense in the league.
Ridiculous.
And that's something. We've scored 80 points in 2 games.
We'll say this: we can't expect this to last, guys.
No, we can't. We can't.
Damn, it feels good right now.
I can tell you this. Listen, if you think about baseball scores and like some kind of like records from the 40s while you're, it will last a little while longer, and it continues to feel pretty good.
Jesus.
Yeah. So okay, anybody that was has joined us late, which I can see a lot of you have. Hey man, we start an hour before you got here. You should have been in here earlier. It was just as much fun back then.
Rewind it.
Rewind it. We like to have some fun on this show. And thanks again to Coach Simple for sending us another awesome video. Dude, you are the man. I am so happy to know Henry. And if you don't know Henry, Big Simple 422 over on Twitter, you got to get to know Henry. He's a great guy. And let's come back again next week. We'll be here Friday afternoon at 5:30 to discuss the Cleveland Browns. And then Scott and depends on Max's schedule.
I'm gonna be in Miami.
Oh, you'll be in Miami next week. That's right.
Jet setting again, Max.
I'm gonna be in Miami.
They call it because they don't like Tyler Huntley. They're gonna find out tonight.
Wear
so Max is
sunscreen.
going down to. Yeah, make sure you wear sunscreen. He's a ginger. Are you kidding me?
Trust me, it's already in the bag.
He will shrivel up like a burnt match. All right. So give us a thumbs up. Give us a 5 stars. Give us whatever kind of great rating you want to give us. Tell your mom about us. Tell your girlfriend about us. Tell your brother about us. Tell your cousin about us. Tell your aunt about us. Tell your uncle about us. You get the picture. Get in the fucking phone book. Get in your phone. Just go down and hit all and say, hey, you guys should really be paying attention to this podcast because they will thank you. They will give you awesome Christmas gifts. I mean, on your phone here. You know, get in your phone book, right? Get in your content.
Watch
Good
the
save.
1 Point Safety Show
Understand.
on Thursday.
3
o'clock.
Yeah, and we'll see y'all here on the Bleeding Burgundy podcast again at 5:30. Till then, wins, baby. They are so much fun.